everyone, you're watching K.I.S.S TV Channel 5, and this is Cable Chatter. My name is Nicholas Bowling, and I'm your host. I'd like to introduce you to my special guest today, Miss Cheryl Williams. How are you today, Cheryl?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having me today.
I'm glad to have you. Thank you so much for being here. And Cheryl is the new executive director of the Chamber of Commerce. So welcome, Cheryl, to Union City.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. We're happy to be here.
Okay. Tell us a little about maybe your backstory, maybe your experience with chambers in the past, and how it is that you came to Union City. Tell us a little about yourself.
Okay. Well, basically, my husband and I have been married almost 32 years. And the first almost 10 years of our marriage, he was in the United States Navy. And towards the end of his last tour, when he needed to make a decision if he was going to re-enlist, he just felt a call to be a minister. And so he got out of the Navy, and he needed to go to college. He's a United Methodist minister, and the United Methodist Church requires both a college degree as well as a master's. So we were living in Jacksonville, Florida, and moved back to Western Pennsylvania, where we're from. And he went to Slippery Rock University. And while he was in college, we worked for a group home called George Junior Republic in Grove City, Pennsylvania. And we actually ended up working for them for 13 years. Okay. And Darren was able to finish both college and seminary while we were employed with them. We started in Grove City, Pennsylvania, and then in 1998, after he graduated from Slippery Rock, we were looking for a seminary for him. And it was suggested to us that we could come out to Indiana, where he enrolled in Anderson School of Theology. And we continued to work for the group home because they opened a group home in Gas City, Indiana. Okay. And so he finished seminary, and we lived, in his last semester of seminary, we moved to Montpelier, Indiana. And when we were in Montpelier, I was working in banks, and I also was an insurance agent, and became a president of their Chamber of Commerce. And I was their president for 2 years. So I've always had a love of business. I took business classes in school and so on. So I have a degree in hotel and restaurant management, okay, and I'm a travel agent. And I also am a certified teacher's aide. So combining all of that, my banking experience, being insurance and whatever. So basically when your husband is a minister, you tend to do work where you can, knowing that you're probably not going to live forever in the community even as much as you love it. So we lived for 6 years in Montpelier, and then we went to Rensselaer, Indiana, and we lived there for 5 years. In those 5 years, I was a teacher's aide. I did remediation at Morocco Elementary School. And we moved here in January. Darren has been appointed to the Wesley United Methodist Church. And shortly after we got here, I had been in line to substitute teach, and I was enjoying that very much. But I happened to notice in the ads that Union City was looking for a new executive director. And so I thought, well, I really enjoyed my time as president in Montpelier, and I thought it'd be just something that I would really enjoy, and something that I did have experience with. The Montpelier Chamber does not have an executive board. They simply had the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So, you know, I inquired about the position, went ahead and filled out an application and submitted my resume, was granted an interview, and lo and behold, then I was offered the position. So I'm very, very excited to be here. We hope to live in Union City for quite a while. We fell in love with the community immediately. It's probably one of the warmest communities we've ever walked into. You know, our church has enveloped us, and just the community in general. Everywhere we go, people are just introducing themselves to us, and it's just been very welcoming. And I want to continue that trend out of the chamber office. So that's basically what brought us here, and we're happy to be here. And
I'm glad that that you're seeing that side of our community that welcomes you and is glad to have you, and wanting to know some new ideas maybe you have for our chamber. Of course, our chamber crosses the state line here in Union City, Indiana, and Ohio, and so we're reaching out to the community as a whole, as a chamber, trying to offer some different aspects of what can the chamber offer me as a business. So kind of tell me a little about that, about what is a chamber, just in general, maybe not necessarily Union City Chamber, but what does a Chamber of Commerce offer a community?
Well, from my experience, the Chamber of Commerce would just offer the community the knowledge of the businesses, what the businesses can do for them in the community, and basically what the community can do with the businesses. So my hope is to continue to promote the businesses. My plan is, however long it takes, I will be in every business in this area. However, it doesn't matter to me. I've got great walking shoes. I've said that before. And I want to get into every business. I want to introduce myself. I want to thank those that are chamber members and encourage those that aren't, and find out a way that we might be able to get them into our membership. The membership benefits include the fact that anywhere the chamber is mentioned, and we are affiliated with many travel and tourism in the area, anywhere the chamber is mentioned, our business listings are there. And so you can find free advertising in that aspect. So, and truthfully, you know, I love people, and I want to be out there, and my mouth will be open promoting Union City area and all the businesses. So that's what I hope to bring. One of my main things that I really want to do in the very near future is to bring the welcome wagon concept back. As we welcome new families into the area, the chamber wants to open their doors and present them with just the list of businesses, but also some gifts from the businesses to make them feel welcome. And what can we do to help you feel as warm and welcome as Darren and I have? And that's one of my things that I'd like to do. We have right now many activities that the chamber supports and sponsors. Our most upcoming will be our garage sales. And that's a fun event because it's citywide, and the businesses get involved as well. They might do like sidewalk sales and things like that. And so our sidewalk sales this year are May 24th and 25th.
All right.
And they're from 9 to 5. And the flyers are available. We'd love to have you join us to be on the map. There's a $10 charge for that. We have a sponsor that will put your name, and if you would like to pay $13, your listing of what items you might have.
Okay.
Good. And those maps will be available later in May. And basically, we know that we draw a lot of people to our area for that weekend.
Yes, we do.
It's a great weekend to have it because it is a holiday weekend. And for those that that stay in the area, and to be honest with you, I've already received several phone calls from out of Randolph County of people that are aware of the Union City yard sale and when is it, and give me details.
Right.
So I'm thrilled about that. So we're excited about that. You can pick those flyers up at, we have flyers at the Corner Cupboard, at First Merchants Bank, and at Old National Bank, as well as the Chamber office. And I'm thrilled to say we have moved to a new location.
Yes.
And I'd like to let our people know that we are now at 227 West Oak, and it's a beautiful new building that we're very appreciative to have. We will be having an open house in the near future. We do not have a date set for that, but we will be welcoming the community. We want to show you around and let you know. Because I've tried to also bring in some new pamphlets and things like that of what's available in the area. A lot of people think, well, for vacation, I want to go to Disney World. Well, how about for vacation, you might want to stay in Randolph or Dark County and see the things that we have, especially in the summer. There's so many beautiful parks and things like that, and we just want people to know what we have to offer.
That's right.
For newcomers, like Darren and myself, we need to know what's available, and so I feel like I have a great excitement to share with myself as well as everyone else that needs to know what we have. True story, Darren and I grew up in Pennsylvania, and I've never been to Gettysburg. And that's historical. That is part of our American history. Yeah. And I'm ashamed to say that, But to be honest, so I don't want to do that. When I live in new areas, I want to make sure and visit them and promote them. So I have just great people to work with, and the business owners have just been very welcoming to me in the new position. Truthfully, I'd like to take this time, Nick, and say that I cannot say enough about Darlene. And she was here for 23 years as our executive director, and she did a wonderful job. And I will say it forever. I want to take what she did and just keep going forward. Great. And yes, I may bring some new ideas in, but I hope that those just accentuate what she has done with her previous boards and all that she had to offer. So.
And I know when you came to town, we had the brief chance to talk, and that she has been really helpful in getting
Yes,
you.
I cannot say enough.
Yeah.
She and her family moved much of the stuff from the old National Bank over to our new location, and then she and I worked several days together to move the rest of it, to get the old area cleaned up and get the new area. And she had so much done before I even came on board, and then she stayed on for a day or so and helped me get acclimated to our system and things like that. So just a blessing and to make a new friend.
Right.
So.
And of course, just going into a place with a long storied past like that, it's like, okay, well, this event works because you're going to call this guy and this guy and this guy,
yes.
because they're going to get these things done for you. So
yes.
in a lot of ways, a chamber kind of bridges the gap, would you say, that between businesses and businesses, citizens and businesses and citizens, and touristy areas, or
yes.
what is that puts Union City or our area on the map.
Right, absolutely.
So you'd say the chamber facilitates that bridging
yes.
of the gap between those. So it's important to become a chamber member
yes.
to be on board with a great thing, because working together, we can accomplish a great deal of things.
Yes.
Working separately, all we're going to do is conflict with each other. So it's great to work together, isn't it?
Right, absolutely. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, we are Union City.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And we want to work together. One of the things that I requested of our board was that because I'm a new executive director, and we do have some businesses that are not members of our mm-hmm. chamber, could I offer them a discount? We're into nearly the middle of April. So for the next month, I've been granted permission that anyone that wishes to join our chamber can contact me at the chamber office. Our business hours are Tuesday through Friday, and we're open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I go out for lunch from usually 12 noon to 1. If I'm out for any other reason, I always leave a note on the door. Mm-hmm. But we are offering 25% off our membership. So from now until May 15th, if you'd like to join, and please contact me at the chamber office. Our telephone number is 765-964-5409. Or you can shoot me an email. Our email address is ucchamber@embarkmail.com. Also, I'd like to give my cell phone number, because if I'm out and about, I don't mind people having that, and that would be 765-576-1187. I want to be accessible. Even if it's the weekend and somebody needs to get a hold of me, I'll do what I can, because I'm just interested in being part of the community and getting our businesses out there for people to get to know better.
Okay, really great. So we're encouraging our people, our viewers, to watch and see. Of course, on the bottom of the screen, we've been running the numbers and the address, but stop in at 227 West Oak.
Yes.
Get in touch with Cheryl Williamson. Email, again, one more time.
ucchamber@embarkmail.com.
We're also going to put that on our website so that everyone can see that.
And we do have a website also, and we are in works to get that updated. But that is www.myunioncity.com.
Okay.
And you can look for updates as we are able to get on the website and get those information updated. So.
Yeah, and on that website we should be able to see. I think last time I was there, be able to see a list of members.
Yes, we do, and we are updating that, and we just recently had a few new members join, so we're updating as we go, and we have a great webmaster that's working with me already to get some updates made, so trying to make it an exciting, we want when people click on it to be excited about coming to visit Union City and maybe relocating here.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, so stop in at 227 West Oak if you'd like to speak with Cheryl and
Please
meet her in person.
Love to meet you.
Share some ideas.
Yes.
You're open to ideas and hearing just shaking some hands and finding out who makes this community, who puts this community on the map, and what maybe a lot of the times what we kind of find out is, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that you offered that service. You know what? Why don't we work together on something?
Yes. We have maps of the area, and I actually had someone call from another county and ask if I could please send a local map. Well, that means they obviously are coming here for a reason, so I absolutely will put that in. So if, you might be surprised, I've had several calls, lots of calls actually in the last few days, of people can't find a business number. Well, I'll do my best to find it, and if I can't find it right away, I'll dig it up and, I want to be whatever I can be for the community to help with the business. And like you said, be the connection between our community and the businesses. Absolutely. And I will also tell you that I've been grateful to have your support here at K.I.S. TV, as well as our local newspapers. They keep up with our events, and I appreciate that very much, because we rely a lot on community support. We are not for profit. So what we bring in goes right back out into our businesses and our people. So any support that we can get from the community, word of mouth, if you see something you like, let your friends know. Because, we want people to know that we are supportive of the community, and we want to be here for everyone.
Great. And you mentioned chamber events, so let's make sure we get plenty of promotion out there. We talked about the citywide yard sales, garage sales.
Very excited about that.
May 25th and 26th.
24th and 25th.
24th and 25th.
Yes. Okay. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
And flyers are available. Old National Bank, First Merchants Bank, the Christian Bookstore, and also at the chamber office.
Okay.
Yes.
Stop at any of those locations, get a map.
Yes. And if you want to be on the map, there is a $10 or $13 fee. And the deadline to be on the map is May 1st.
Okay.
And then the maps will be available probably mid-May, probably a week or so before the actual yard sales.
So the time is now to get signed up.
Absolutely. We want you to be a part of it. It's a great time for people that come. They come into our community specifically for those yard sales. So.
Okay. And looking into chamber events for the future, maybe we don't have dates on every one of them, but some of the different ideas that's happening maybe this summer.
Yes, we're very excited. We put on an awesome fireworks display, and that's already in the works. And we'll be doing that July 7th.
Great.
And in conjunction with that, we're going to do a family fun day in the park.
Okay.
And those events aren't all scheduled, but I know in the past we've done a Ducky Derby. And so we're going to continue with that, and we'll probably have our jars out and promote a cutest baby contest and things like that. So we just know we're going to have a great day, and we're hoping for great weather, of course.
Yes.
But the fireworks are already ordered, so July 7th you want to be in town. And Harder Park will be hopping because we will have lots of things going on July 7th.
And I remember last year there was music, there were games, there were prizes. A great deal of it was all free.
Yes, it will be just a fun time and just a great way for the community to come together.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to my first fireworks and fun day in Union City.
It'll be great. We're going to have another cable chatter come late June, so we can make sure that we bring people on board to promote it again.
Yes,
so
actually, I have my chairpersons for that event are Vanessa Galway and Nikki Johnson, and they both work at First Merchants Bank and are actually on my board. Vanessa is our new president, and Nikki is our new treasurer. So they are co-chairs, and then we also have several other people that have said that they would help them. Great. So we're very excited about that. And so we'll certainly make sure that we get more information out to the public as we have more plans made.
Okay. And then getting away from events, is there any other events that maybe you'd like to highlight before we move on?
Let me think. I definitely want to let the public know that we will be having an open house, and I am excited about it. I definitely want to show the building off. It will be sometime in May. We have not set a date, but you can watch for that. Yeah. We want people to come and visit the building and see where we are and see the things that we've done to bring more between the community and the businesses. Okay. So you can look for that in May. And I know that the plans are already. We're talking about doing our chicken barbecue again, that they usually do. And I'm trying. It's hard for me to think of that far ahead. Yeah. But I know that I can also tell you that I have been a part of the economic development meetings, and there are some fun things in the works that are coming to Union City. Really great. And they're very, very tiny plans right now. But I am busting at the seam to help promote those things when they're in writing and ready to go. So Union City, get ready, because we've got some great things in the making. Okay, and I encourage people to watch K.I.S. TV and read the papers to see when those events when we have the open house date set. We're going to run that on our website and our community message board as well. Absolutely. Okay, really great. And then getting away from that, tell us about maybe the gaps you're trying to bridge between the chamber, our school system, our students that we have, some of the ideas that you had involved with that. As I mentioned before, I had been working in schools, and I love children. My husband and I are blessed with 2, and we have 3 grandchildren. But I've just always had, just a deep passion for children and youth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would really like to bring a connection between the schools and the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying earlier to you that I am certain that I walk into many classrooms and ask the children, so what do you know about the Chamber of Commerce? They might not have an answer for me.
Right.
And I'm not entirely convinced that every adult in the community has an answer. So that's what I want to do. I want to bridge the communication between the community, including our students of all ages, and incorporate them into chamber happenings.
Mm-hmm.
I'd eventually like to have some of the high school students, if they can, come down and work in the chamber office as volunteer. As we need more mailings to go out and promotions and things like that. It's from a business sense. If I've got students like myself when I was in high school that love the business aspect of world, then there's something they can learn from that. Perhaps they're interested in marketing and promotions and things like that, and they might want to do business in school. This would be a great place for them to get a feel for it and see what they like. Even the smallest children, I have walls in the new chamber building that need artwork.
Really?
And
okay.
I'd love to see what the children, draw me a picture of your favorite business in Union City.
Mm-hmm.
Or what would you like to have in Union City? And we'll see what we can do,
Sure.
We're not going to be Indianapolis, and I know that. But you know
Right.
what? I am a small town community girl. I grew up in one, and most of the time we've been in small town. And I just have a passion for it. So I want to bring people to small town and promote that. And I believe all ages can be a part of that, and I want to do that.
Okay. Some of the other goals that you might have going forward with the chamber, of course, coming into a new job, there's just a great deal of people that come to you with ideas and saying, maybe we used to do this, but wouldn't it be great if we did this? Some of the other ideas that maybe you have in the works to implement with chamber outreaches. You've already talked a little about tourism.
Yes.
Just kind of go on with that. Any more ideas that you might have, and maybe other ways that people might approach you with ideas? Anything out there that you'd like to?
Well, certainly, my phone is always open,
Mm-hmm.
and you can certainly call me, stop by the office if you have any ideas, things that you'd like to see the chamber do for the community, or things you've seen in the past. We've talked about incorporating business listings to where we have a few empty buildings
Mm-hmm.
here in the community. What if someone calls me and says, what do you have available?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I know, but I couldn't give them the dimensions.
Sure.
So we'd like to work on having those dimensions available.
Okay.
And, I'm working very closely with the city building.
Okay.
And that's a wonderful thing, because they're just very friendly people out there, and they're helping me a lot. So we'll work together with that just to
Mm-hmm.
promote the empty buildings and, try to fill them. Union City is blessed with quite a few buildings that are full, but we can do better.
Yeah.
There are some empty ones. Let's fill them up. Let's bring more people into our quaint little community and just promote it in that aspect. So specifics, I just want to have everybody work together.
Yeah.
I don't see a state line. I see Union City,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to work with both the Ohio side and the Indiana side to promote Union City business. So I just feel like we just want to be community, family, just be the warm people that I know we are, and just let people know that, what? I want to go to Union City. I want to shop in Union City. I want to visit the antique stores. I want to go to the secondhand stores. The Hallmark store is beautiful. And, I used to work for Hallmark when we lived in Maine, and I'm kind of partial, but you know what? She does a great job, and it's just a wonderful building. So we just have a lot to offer. And I feel like it's my job, with the great team that I have, to promote Union City, and that's what we're going to do.
And of course, we both had the chance to attend the chamber banquet.
Yes.
That was before you received the job.
Yes,
at least at that point.
Yes, it was. It was
Yeah.
the night after my interview.
Really?
But I had not been given the go-ahead because it needed to be voted on
Right.
by the board. But
Yeah.
my husband was actually the minister that was invited to do
Mhm.
the opening blessing and then the benediction at the end.
Yeah.
And so it was a great time to be there, and so I met a lot of people.
Sure
So
did.
once it was official, then they're like, wow, this is great. So
yeah, and then you got to see kind of how some of the awards that were given out that night.
Yes.
So you got to see the non-for-profit, the volunteer
Yes.
award, and how some of our community members do pull things together, pull their resources together to make something happen well, like the Pause,
Yes.
or Eddie Rosowski receiving the Volunteer of the Year award or New Business of the Year
Yes.
award. That we really do have a community that desires to see great things happen to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And having the event held at the Mississinaga Valley Schools
That's right.
brings our communities together.
It does.
So, I was pleased about that. And, the FFA was our hosts, and Bowser's Barn, provided the catering.
That's right.
And
yeah.
it was just a wonderful evening. Dan Franks is a great MC. And so we just really have a wonderful group of people. And I'm already thinking of things we can do for next year's banquet.
That's right. Yeah.
So, if anybody has any ideas, please, I'm open. My door will be open. When they interviewed me, they said, are you in control? Yes, I'm a controlling person, but I'm a team player.
That's right.
So I want to do for the community what's best for the community. So let's work together.
Yeah, absolutely. And in working together, it takes that first connection, maybe a phone call, an email, and I encourage our viewers, we're down for the last couple of minutes here,
Yes.
to make sure they get in touch with you, Cheryl Williams, and you're approachable. I called you one day and you had several things to go ahead and discuss, and I just said, let's just sit down and talk sometime. And of course, that led to this meeting here, and I'm glad to have you here on Cable Chatter.
Appreciate it.
We're definitely going to have more in the future
Absolutely.
as we go.
I'd love to come back.
Yeah.
And I would like to also, I cannot say any more than to say that without the support and love of my family, there is no way that I could do this, because it is not always easy as a pastor's wife to move as often as we have. And just so everybody knows, we've never asked to move, but God is faithful. And, without my faith and my family, I would not be where I am. And my husband is very supportive, and he told me that he's very proud of me, and that means a lot. So
Okay.
I just didn't want to go any further without saying that, because it means a lot to be a part of this community and have the support of our family and friends. So.
Okay, really, thank you for being here today. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Cable Chatter today. We're running the numbers and the email address, the addresses, all of the contact information you would need to get in touch with Cheryl in the chamber office. Be sure that you do that. Be sure that if there was something that is on your heart and your mind, get in touch with her. If she's not at the chamber office, you can probably find her at the Wesley United Methodist Church, of course, too, as well. So there's ways of getting in touch with her, and I encourage you to do your part in this community to make Union City a great place to live. Thank you for watching Cable Chatter, and good day.